Hey good everyone, welcome back. Have a quick look at Moss Carbon following its move last night, and essentially we made it up to 1450. Literally just broke through. Let's just pull out to the daily and have a look. Yeah, we literally just blew through the 618 for the whole price token action. Met a little bit of resistance, and as such we've tailed off. So for the move, we very quickly tailed back down to 786 and went again, and it looks like we're slowing down. If I'm being brutally honest, we're currently sitting under the 618, and if we don't get back above, we may tail off back to 1081, possibly back down to 1016. However, let me just draw them in real quick. So if we don't keep support here, we're going to have a tail off back to here, possibly back to here. Now that I'm going to mark red because I can't see that happening. I do think we're going to tail off back to the 786. However, from here we could see some consolidation between the 618 and the 0.5, and then we could go again before we have our level of tail off back to the cloud. Now I do expect us to basically meet the top of the Ishimoku realistically this evening or within the next 12 hours, and from there we will either be below it and struggle to break above, or we're going to have a bounce from it and move higher. So how do I say it? I think it's inevitable that we come back to the 1080 area, but in the short term I really am hopeful that we're going to have a slight amount of continuation. Reason being, if I just take it to the minute chart, it doesn't look good. It's just kind of like bouncing around quite sporadically, but you can see we've got big amounts of volume coming into the token, but the price hasn't actually moved very much. So it does look to me like it's still consolidating around the zone that it is, even though we've just had a slight move. This could be a protection move, if I'm going to be brutally honest. Although this thing's been consolidating for days and days and days, it has been tailing downwards, and then it's had its bounce. That does seem to be what it does. If you look back over price history, this thing loves to consolidate downwards before it has a big move. So I'm not too, for the long-term holders, I wouldn't be too worried about us curling downwards, because it just means that we're going to spike. And this to me does look like a micro spike compared to what is going to be happening in the future. But for those that are playing the short game with this token, you might want to watch out for a tail off back down to 1081 before we have another move higher. But just to say, if any of you have been looking into carbon credits, there is a lot of good advice out there to identify and show how big this market is going to be in the future. So whether you're getting in at $9.99 or you're getting in at $14.50, for the future, this is essentially micro pennies to where it's going to be. And that's all I can say. Do your own research. Look at green and blue carbon credit types of investments and what they do. This is a green one, for those that don't know. The blue can be more lucrative, but I think there's going to be a lot more sort of price manipulation with the blues, and there's not many options currently within crypto to buy carbon credits, and this was the first one. So you sort of got to look at this one as the Bitcoin of the carbon credits, in all honesty, and as such I expect it to be the biggest. Yeah, best of luck, not financial advice. Do your research on carbon credits, and best of luck for the holders in this one. Take care.